Hey Ben, how you doing? Hoping everything's going good down in Florida for you. I'm sorry this took so long. I just remembered, wait a minute, I got to send you a video on that Achilles problem you're having. So where you showed me on your foot and on the back of your heel, it appeared to be kind of on the back. Let me take my shoe off here. On the back side here and a little bit lateral, like right in there. So kind of right in that spot is where I thought your finger was pointing, right over the thick part of the tendon, which is very common. And really, it's probably what's called a tendinopathy. There's just a dysfunction in that tendon that needs to be remodeled. And the best way to do that would be to use eccentric load. So we need to get up on a step, and you need to probably use more than just your body weight to turn that thing on and get it just enough to remodel. So we'll get up on a step, and then if you want some more information too, look up a guy named Alfredson. He's an orthopedic surgeon out of Sweden that kind of started the research on this maybe 20 some years ago on Achilles, on loading it. He had a problem with his own Achilles. Tried to tear it actually by like really coming down hard off of a box, off of a stair, so that he would have to have the other surgeon in town would have to operate on him so he could fix this thing. What ended up happening is he actually fixed his own tendon by loading it so much. So it's a really interesting story on him. But so come up with two. Load your weight onto the bad one and then come down slow, and really get that thing at the bottom to really turn that pain on to about a 5 or a 6. Up again with 2, weight transferred, down slow, get that stretch on that thing really far down. Like I said, you may even have to add some weight. So I'm going to hang on to a 35-pound kettlebell. I'm going to make myself weigh more by coming up again and then down slow. Oh, really stretch and tear. I almost feel like it's going to like stretch and tear that thing. Knowing that as soon as you stop doing it, do like sets of 12 to 15 reps, and then stop, and then walk around, and it should within just a few seconds like feel not only no worse, but kind of like, oh, kind of feels better, like it's stretched out and the pain is reduced. The other thing that we need to do is use some kind of soft tissue mobilization on that spot by taking either your fingers, a butter knife, some kind of like edge, and you got to get right on that tendon and start. See if I can get this. Start pushing on that thing and rubbing and really kind of cross friction on that tendon. There'll be a sore spot right on that thing where that dysfunctional part has developed. So those two things to start with should be very effective at getting this problem solved for you. But the first one is just loading it off the edge of a box or a stair. Even in the gym, like even if you had to use like the leg press machine where you'd come up and like use, go up with 2 and then transfer the weight and just go down with 1, up with 2, down with 1. Or maybe even like that calf machine. Yeah, where you're standing on a calf machine and you have the weights across your shoulders, and there's that bar under your feet where you're kind of coming up and down on the calf machine. We'll do that, come up, and then again, transfer the weight over to the bad one and come down slow. But you got to add weight to it. Your own body weight won't be enough to fully resolve it. That's why it hurts when you run and when you first get up, it's really tender and sore. And as you kind of walk around a little bit, it gets a little bit loosened up, feels a little bit better. But try that. Start with a weight that, like I said, that turns it on to about a 5 or a 6 pain, not super painful like 7, 8, 9, and it can't last more than a few, seconds to minutes after you're done. Within a few minutes, it's kind of like, okay, calm down, no worse, and you got to do it multiple times a day, 12 to 15 reps, but multiple times a day to load that tendon. It'll take some weeks, but it should start to change within the first few weeks. It should feel like it's starting to come around and feel better. All right, give that a try. Let me know.